The 1994 Denver Broncos began the season in Barcelona, Spain, where they competed in their fourth American Bowl in 8 years. However, when they returned to the States and began the regular season, an anticipated ride to the playoffs turned into a wild and out-of-control excursion that would result in only their fourth losing season in 22 years.
Elway loses the ball.
Looking back to the left, he throws it away, and the Bills will win the game.
Each week brought only new trials and tribulations for an organization that is accustomed to winning. And when expectations failed to be met, changes ensued. Wade Phillips' tenure as head coach came to an end when this disappointing season ended in January. To compete for the AFC West Championship as well as the Super Bowl, the Broncos launched a new beginning by hiring Mike Shanahan as the 11th head coach in franchise history. During his 20-year career, Mike has coached in the postseason 15 times, including 7 conference championship games and 4 Super Bowls, and most recently directed the world champion 49ers as offensive coordinator.
You know, Mike had the opportunity to stay where he was, which was in San Francisco, which was obviously a very, very good job. He had the opportunity to take other head coaching jobs, and he chose Denver. That makes me very proud. Makes me very proud of this city, makes me very proud of my team, to know that Shanahan's coming here to coach it. Mike Shanahan will have full control of football operations. That's what I want him to do. So it's my great, great pleasure to introduce the new head coach of the Denver Broncos, Mike Shanahan. Mike brings a stability to this organization and organizational ability that I think we've lacked here for some time. And put that together with his coaching ability, and I think we've got the makings of a very good football team.
Repairing the Broncos' defense will be Mike Shanahan's first mission.
Well, from a priority perspective, I think you always start with defense. And defensively, we finished 28th in the NFL last year. And in order to win championships and get in the playoffs and have any success or have a chance for any success, you've got to have a strong defensive football team. So that's where our needs have, at least we tried to address our needs in this free agency on the defensive side of the football.
The arrival of free agent defensive tackles Michael Dean Perry, number 92, and James Jones, number 96, both formerly of the Cleveland Browns, should beef up the middle of the Broncos' defense immediately. Perry, a 5-time Pro Bowl standout, is one of pro football's best, and together with James Jones, number 96, brings 11 years of proven ability and credibility that should translate into pressure on the quarterbacks. Their arrival, along with that of Mike Lodish, should bolster a defensive line that includes Harold Hasselback, number 96, Jeff Robinson, Willie Oshedin, and Dan Williams, number 90. With 63 tackles and 6 sacks last season, Shane Dronette, number 99, is a defensive end who's just coming into his own. Simon Fletcher, on the other hand, has been one of the game's surest tacklers for 10 seasons. And for the last 7, number 73 has led the Broncos in quarterback sacks.
Simon Fletcher has been that outside linebacker, the defensive end off the weak side. He's got great work ethic, great speed. He's a player that's had a lot of success at his position, and I expect a great year out of him.
Other linebackers will include Dave Wyman, number 92, Alan Aldridge, Keith Burns, and number 58, Elijah Alexander. In the free agent market, the Broncos signed former Eagle middle linebacker Britt Hager, number 54, a solid run stopper. There will be new additions in the secondary as well. as former Jet cornerback Eric Thomas and former Raiders corner Lionel Washington bring their big play abilities to the Broncos. These new additions, along with holdovers Ray Crockett, Randy Hilliard, Darryl Hall, Rondell Jones, and Ronnie Bradford, should make for a Broncos defensive turnaround. At safety, the Broncos feature one of the best.
Well, Steve Atwater, has been, our strong safety. He's got the ability to play the strong safety and the free safety position. He's got the chance to dominate his position. I expect some great things out of Steve.
After his 5th straight trip to the Pro Bowl, Steve Atwater, number 27, will be an intimidating force for the Denver defense for years to come. Defense. It's long been a Broncos tradition, and in 1995, the goal will be to put the crush back in the orange.
Jet left, 23C and 01.
Last year's free agent investment at wideout will pay big dividends again this season with the return of a healthy Mike Pritchard, number 81.
Good shot, John. Keep throwing that, baby.
Jet left, 23 wide, 6 point helmet, right?
Just keep throwing it like that, baby. We gonna catch it. You keep throwing it, baby. We gonna catch it. Just keep throwing that thing. Good shot, John.
Just when Pritchard was getting his groove last season, a kidney injury limited his performance to 19 catches in just 3 games. Still, there was enough to prove that in combination with Anthony Miller,
Ready to roll?
together they formed a deadly combination.
Elway's in the gun, has the ball, backs up. Here comes pressure from the left side. John steps away with it, lets it go long toward Miller. It is caught for a touchdown.
Good job, all the way down. Hey. Congratulations, first touchdown. Was it longer than mine?
After a slow start, Miller gained his stride and rolled up over 1,000 receiving yards on 60 catches.
Anthony Miller is the wide receiver that always has the ability to make the big play. If it's catching a go route or a crossing route, if you do put him in a man-to-man coverage situation, a defensive back has got to believe that he better give him a little bit of a cushion, because if he doesn't, the big play will come.
Near side, Elway's got the ball, and he's got some time, throwing to the end zone. Miller! Touchdown!
Miller wasn't the only Broncos 1,000-yard receiver. Number 84, Shannon Sharpe, also hit the century mark receiving and proved to be a tight end with superhero abilities.
Where did they get a load of me?
Sharpe led the team with 87 receptions.
I'm whipping his ass again. Woo! Yes!
Playing on ankles and knees that would require surgery at season's end. This gutty performance earned him the Broncos' most inspirational Player of the Year award. Receiving wasn't the only thing that earned Sharpe a 3rd straight berth in the Pro Bowl.
Woo! I flapjack Gert. Yeah! Thank you! Hey, I caught Gert napping.
Oh, I saw. You came back. Bang!
I caught Gert napping. I peeled back on it. Flapjack.
Shannon is a type of tight end who's probably a little bit on the undersized area in that 230, 235 range. But he's got the upper body strength to block those defensive end and outside linebackers. And it's very hard for a linebacker to cover one-on-one because he is so strong, he is so quick. So he has the ability to beat the 2 deep. He's got the talent to be the strong safety one-on-one. So he's really a big threat for us in our offensive scheme.
Shannon Sharpe is a character with character, and one of the NFL's most entertaining and exciting players.
John Elway has been the heart and soul of this football team ever since I've been here. And with that in mind, I think the better we do, the longer John's going to play. And so, I hope he plays forever, but I have to be realistic. All I want is another 10 more years.
After leading the AFC to victory in his 4th Pro Bowl, John Elway enters his 13th NFL season with a list of accomplishments so spectacular that Hall of Fame status is quite frankly a foregone conclusion. For more than a decade,
Elway
has been a miracle maker and record breaker.
He's got it for a touchdown.
And his inspirational play has earned the respect of some of the greatest who have played the game.
I've seen Elway because I watch him, I like him. I think he's a great quarterback. He's the best quarterback I've ever seen throwing 40 yards down the field between people. He can throw it so hard in there that it's hard for a safety or a man to move in on it.
While he delivers touchdowns with his arm, he wins games with his heart.
Well, John, to me, is one of the most fierce competitors I've ever been around. He doesn't know how to lose. There's only one thing that matters to John Elway, and that's winning championships. And he's going to be in the Hall of Fame someday, and you understand the reasons why.
You got to watch the backside guy off the slot.
Trailing Atlanta by 11 points in the 4th quarter.
Boy, he's jumping so far inside.
That's all right, just take it, man.
Okay.
Number 7 performed yet another miraculous comeback.
And there goes the pass long, and it will be caught. Touchdown, Miller.
Anthony Miller's touchdown and subsequent 2-point conversion brought Denver to within 3 points of the Falcons. Suddenly, the Broncos were within striking distance, and with barely 2 minutes remaining, Elway drove Denver the final 57 yards.
He's right, motion 70, double seam on. Hurry up, hurry up!
For the 34th time, John Elway brought the Broncos from behind to win in the 4th quarter.
First down, here's Elway, quarterback draw. John Elway to the end zone for a touchdown.
Number 7 had once again orchestrated magic in Mile High, a stadium that has produced more high drama than any other arena in sport. Such was the case last season when 2 legendary comeback quarterbacks met for perhaps the last time, with more than 50 million fans watching on Monday Night Football.
Red 85, is that hot?
Elway and Montana combined for over 650 yards passing and 5 touchdowns.
Montana takes the snap, back in the pocket, 5-step drop, looking for the end zone. J.J. Burton, touchdown!
In the 3rd quarter, Elway threw a touchdown pass to tight end Jerry Evans. But as the game wound into the 4th quarter, it looked as though the team that owned the ball last would win. With 4:08 remaining, the Chiefs had the lead, but the Broncos had the ball.
24-21, and it sets the stage for an Elway 4th quarter comeback if he can do it.
Hey, it means something to us, baby. It means something to us. We're in our backyard. Come on, T. Hey, let's go, Lynn. Let's go now. This is it. We answer the call, baby. We got to answer the call now.
A completion to Shannon Sharpe jump-started the drive. And later on 3rd and 10,
Hey, baby!
Elway would keep it going.
Out by Elway, he's got the ball. He has to run up in the pocket, throws on the move to Milford over the 40, 45, 50-yard line. John Elway making it happen.
On the next play, however, disaster struck Denver.
Downfield, fires a curl route to Shannon Sharpe, makes the catch.
No!
Are they going to rule him down? No, they're chasing at the football. Kansas City picks up the turnover with 2:45 left in the ball game.
Now, all the Chiefs needed was to run off the clock. But if time has proven one thing, it's that you can't take anything for granted in Mile High Stadium.
Give into the middle to Allen, who's stopped in A, saying that Denver has the ball. Oh,
man. We got the ball. We got the ball.
It is a fumble, and Denver ends up with it. Carl Mecklenburg is on it.
This legendary Broncos defender rescued his team's fortunes, and after back-to-back fumbles, Denver's drive resumed. But 5 plays later,
Half right, quarterback 42-4-1.
the Broncos lined up a man short on 3rd and goal.
We need another receiver, John. We need another receiver.
Shannon Sharpe atoned for his earlier fumble with some quick thinking that turned a potentially demoralizing play into the go-ahead touchdown.
They got 10 men on the field. Elway's going to run it up the middle. Flag is down. Elway scores.
You had 7 on the line of scrimmage. The play should stand. And I thought Shannon moved up on the line of scrimmage.
I'm on the line. Right. Touchdown. I'm on the line. I'm on the line. I'll play with 10. I'm on the line.
Elway scores a touchdown. But Dave explained it to you exactly what happened. Only 10 men, but they had the required 7 on the line of scrimmage.
It was one of the most exhilarating comebacks Mile High Stadium had ever witnessed. But unfortunately for Denver, it didn't end here. Joe Montana still had 82 seconds.
The Chiefs need a touchdown and need to go 75 yards.
Come on, D. Come on, D.
Even Mile High thunder could not distract Montana, who somehow managed to eclipse the heroics of John Elway.
Black 59, Razor.
36 seconds left in the game.
Get him!
Anders puts on a juke move, out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
Make a play for us, Kenya. Come on, baby. Make a play.
2 legendary quarterbacks had waged the most dramatic duel of the year. Only Montana would fire the final shot.
Touchdown, Kansas City! Kansas City takes the lead with 8 seconds left.
Oh, my goodness.
For the first time in more than a decade, the Broncos lost to the Chiefs at home. But when these 2 rivals would meet later in the year in Kansas City, Denver would extract their own dramatic revenge.
3rd and 14. Snap to Elway. Fades to the end zone. Steps up. Lets it go long. It's coming to Miller. He makes the catch.
And John Elway threw that ball a long way.
Boy, he did. He just cocked the arm and let it go.
Shannon Sharpe caught 10 passes and kept the Broncos in the lead most of the game.
Okay, Elway is going to pass it, and Sharpe's going to catch it at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, at the 5, and into the end zone. Sharpe broke a tackle around the 8-yard line and went in for a touchdown.
But when Elway was injured in the 4th quarter, the Chiefs rallied to tie, then were poised to win it on the last play of the game.
Broncos rush it. It was blocked. Blocked, and the Broncos scramble for it. We do now go to overtime.
Shane Dronette's blocked field goal seemed to save the day. But in overtime, disaster struck once more. Denver now needed something great from its defense. And that's just what they got from 2 all-time greats, Carl Mecklenburg and Dennis Smith.
And here's the give again to Allen, and it's fumbled. Broncos ball. Dennis Smith is on it at the 25-yard line.
This final twist of fate was all Denver needed.
So now 3rd and 16.
As backup quarterback Hugh Millen led the Broncos to victory.
50-yard line. He's got a first down and out of bounds at the Kansas City 45. Campbell will hold 35 yards. The snap, the kick is on the way. He nailed it. The Broncos win. Denver 20 and the Kansas City Chiefs 17. An unbelievable game that had its peaks and valleys all over the place, and Denver walks off the field a winner.
Let this be a notice to the rest of the NFL. There is still a lot of talent in the Broncos locker room. This is a team whose time is coming. A franchise with a great tradition and the resources and talent to further that reputation. Bolstered by new head coach Mike Shanahan, the Broncos now advance toward the future with the confidence of an organization that knows what it takes to win it all with a team whose best years lay ahead.
We got a lot of football to go. A lot of football to go.
Hey, let's go out and play like we can play. Go out, hustle around, have some fun. Eliminate those mistakes last year, and we'll go home a winner. Have some fun. Ready?
Denver Broncos has been the team for years and years, and players coming in or different teams coming in have a hard time with the crowd noise, and the expectation level for Denver is very strong, and once they get in that stadium they're going to find a way to win.
Come on, get it up! Come on! Let's go!
Here's the toss to Green. Green running left. It's bounced back and hit back around the 25-yard line. Loses the ball. Picked up by Denver.
I think that's one of the strong points about Denver is they do believe that it's just not good enough to get in the playoffs, but you want to get in that championship game, and we'd like to win the Super Bowl, just not get there. And I think maybe that's the most frustrating part right now is Denver's been there a number of times and they haven't been able to come away with the ring. But there's a lot of steps to get there. We're not there right now. We're not in that Super Bowl, at least winning the Super Bowl, but I think we've got a chance to get there in due time.
Coming back, yeah. Coming back. Coming back, baby.
And the fans in Denver, of course, are the greatest fans in the National Football League, and we've got to put a competitive team on the field for these fans. I mean, we've got 76,000 people out there every Sunday when we play, and they expect us to be at the top of our game and be top performers in the league. And I think they, quite frankly, are due that kind of performance from the Broncos. I mean, the kind of support they give us, we ought to be able to give it back.
In 1995, the Denver Broncos will embark on a new beginning with a commitment that is designed to take them and their loyal fans all the way to the top of the NFL, then keep them there for years to come.
Hey. We got a lot more football, man. A lot more football. We got a lot more football, baby. A lot more football to go. A lot more.